Hello and welcome to another episode of Alternate Future of Adizzpro's WICSO. In the last episode, we saw a bunch of neo-authoritarian expansion and tensions heating up between India and China. But today we will get right into it. We see over here in the red team a civil war that lasts not very long at all, with the capital being overtaken, and once the government is thrown out, in a very short amount of time, the country will throw out its neo-authoritarian government and go back to democracy, as well as, by doing this, leaving the neo-authoritarian order. And Tanzania isn't too happy about this, and they are going to go ahead and declare war, claiming that the government needs to be reset up, and so they'll march their forces over into the red team, of course with help of India, because India is always helping them, but they will march right over to these three cities, and there is a ton of violence that the Tanzanians commit right here, and they will march right up, cutting the country into two, and soon taking almost all of the major cities, as the Tanzanians are very brutal about this and will kill any supporter who speaks out. The capital is captured, and the government will flee to this blue country. They'll flee to that light blue country and be in, what do you call that again? I don't know why I couldn't think of the word exile, but yeah, they will be in exile, and Tanzania will clean up the rest of the red country, although they do have some holdouts, as they don't want to be neo-authoritarian anymore, but Tanzania has made it very clear that their democratic presence is not welcome. In this peace treaty, we see about half of the red country given over to Tanzania, and on top of that, the government is flipped back over to neo-authoritarianism, and they also rejoin, or are forced to rejoin, the neo-authoritarian order, and they are heavily weakened, and Tanzania expands once more, as they are now kind of mirroring the gold empire from centuries ago at this point, probably. Well, maybe not centuries, I don't know. A bunch of decades, though, if not centuries. But yeah, they are on the rise, and that is the first event of the video. We now see a war break out up here in Sweden, where this brown country has claimed all of this area right here, and so a war will finally happen as their small army will march over as they attempt to capture this city, as the Swedish army is not really here. They didn't expect this to escalate into a conflict, and this country doesn't really have a big army, and so when the Swedish army arrives, they'll just go right over and take the capital, and it's kind of just like that, the rest kind of falls as the army tries to retreat, and they will retreat all the way out, but it's already too late because the only populated areas are captured by Sweden, and the government will make the choice to surrender over to Sweden. And we can see that Sweden gives no mercy and will annex the entire thing. And we can already see that the neo-authoritarians are starting to fight each other. And on top of this, another thing over here in Sweden is that Sweden actually will buy this big chunk of islands from Norway, including this small one down here. And it is now Swedish because it makes more sense. And Norway gets some more money, so that's good for them. We see a riot break out in this purple Canadian country, and it is a big riot, and, well, it starts as protests, but it actually doesn't turn into a riot until the military comes into the area, the capital, which is where the protests are going on, and they will wipe out a bunch of the protesters in very brutal manners, and this causes it to escalate into a riot, and the whole country nearly falls into civil war, and it almost completely collapses. The government is very brutal, and the citizens want it gone. But the military will put all of these protesters and rioters, all these people that speak out of the government, and they will eliminate them all. And this will cause a very big shockwave because North America is going to start joining this Triangle Defensive Alliance. The first one to join it is this beige Canadian country, then this green Hudson Bay country, and then New York, followed by this gold Great Lakes country. And notably, we can see that, the neo-authoritarian countries don't join. This orange country actually will unfortunately fall over to neo-authoritarianism as some army groups from the surrounding neo-authoritarian countries will come in and overthrow the government, causing it to join the neo-authoritarian order. And that is bad for North America, and that is why this Triangle Alliance is expanding very rapidly. If we come down here to Africa, we can see that there is a bunch of border disputes between this purple and this yellow country, and they both claim different areas of land, and it's a pretty big border dispute. And this is enough territorial dispute. I don't even know what I just said. This is enough territorial disputes to cause a war, and that is exactly what happens as purple soldiers will cross over into this area. They're not given those orders, but it happens anyway, and they will begin to just march into their claimed territory as these soldiers claim it is rightfully theirs. And a similar thing will then happen down south here, and a full-out war is declared. Neither of these governments wanted it to happen, but it happened, and now they're at war. And it's not just territorial disputes now, it is full-on war. So they're going to try and, of course, capture each other's capital. So purple forces will branch out here, moving up to the yellow capital, nearly capturing it. But yellow troops will mainly focus up here, going on the offense, taking their territorial dispute, but also they just continue to move into purple Angola and will reach over towards the capital, while they still will push back over here. And, well, it's not like Purple Angola's weak either. They're both weak compared to one another. Why can't I talk? They're both pretty weak, but they're average compared to each other, and there will be some encirclements, and Purple Angola will push out, as neither country is really defending their homeland as well as they should be. They're just both pushing into each other. The thing is, the yellow Congo, I guess, is pushing a lot faster towards Angola's capital, and Angola doesn't have a lot of defenses here, and so they will have to move some of their troops here, and they do move them in time for a large pushback of troops. And well, the same will be said for the yellow Congo, as troops are pushed back almost all the way, and Purple Angola will push them all the way out, and so will the yellow Congo, and we're back at square one. Hold on, let me get both of these colors. This time, the yellow Congo will start pushing in to this land down here, as well as capturing this major city, as Purple Angola will push towards the yellow capital. And it seems like this war is going on forever. The capital is surrounded, but we see the yellow Congans. Is that right? I don't know. We see the yellow Congo army push up and take a major city, and then pushing down, taking one. And it is very bad for Purple Angola, because their army starts a very big sweep and will take basically this whole southern region. Unfortunately for them, they have just lost their capital, though. So, that's something to look out for. But the Purple Angolans are still not moving nearly as fast as the yellow Congo army is, and they're marching straight towards the capital. And, well, the same is said for Purple Angola. And it's honestly looking like they're about to just swap spots. And they both kind of realize that, and they start pulling troops to defend their homeland, as they will both give their capital a little breather. And we're almost back to square one again. And yeah, this time they're both weakened. And countries are realizing this is not going to stop, which is why Tanzania will break it all right here, as they will cross the yellow Congo border and just start to steamroll through the country. They capture the capital, forcing the country to surrender, and Purple Angola is happy about this. That is, if Tanzania wasn't invading them now. And yeah, there isn't really, there is a reason for this. Tanzania just wants to wipe both these countries out, place their governments, get rid of the border disputes, and the Angolans fight very fierce, but at the end of the day, they are no match for Tanzania, and they are completely wiped out, forcing both of these countries to fall over to Tanzania, but we'll see the peace treaty. And this is the peace treaty in which Tanzania will annex a big part of Tanzania will annex a large portion of the Yellow Congo, and Angola will as well, but they create an exclave or enclave because they didn't claim that. But the Yellow Congo country will get this area, and all these border disputes here are thrown away, and these two countries are peaceful again. Their governments are also gotten rid of and replaced with more friendly ones, and so nothing, stuff changes, but it's pretty similar at the end of the day. Just need to move some stuff over. Should have just done this off camera. There we go though. But yeah, so that is the end of that war, and we can take a look somewhere else. We now go over here to Tibet, where India will start invading, and why is that there? Anyway, India will begin invading Tibet, and shortly after, China will as well, as both nations seek to put the country on their side. They will both quickly ramp up their invasions, taking a lot of land and securing their areas that they want. And India, the Green Team will help China as well secure the north, as the Lime country will take pretty much the rest. And we can take a look at this peace treaty. This is how Tibet is divided. They are divided between two different Tibets, which are South Tibet and North Tibet. And you can see which ones align with which. And they're both in the neo-authoritarian order. Once again, just a refresher at it compared to the new international order. It is a pretty big difference. It's about half the world versus half the world. Now over here in this gold country, they are really old, and their government is going to get overthrown by India, and they leave the new international order and join the neo-authoritarian order, and of course with that they switch over to neo-authoritarianism. The question now is just whose side are they on? And they are on India's side, and China is extremely mad about this. They are really angry. There's stuff that India's alliance was doing before, or actually, no, that might have been the other way around. But, both countries are really mad at each other. The gold team now immediately gathers its military, and they march over to the border of the pink country, where they will go up, capturing the capital, and actually straight up killing their leaders, causing the country to fall. And unfortunately for the pink team, it will be full annexation. We now see China gather up their military, and they will send them off from the Philippines and Taiwan, or maybe not there, maybe homeland China. But they send them off, and they will venture through the Pacific Ocean, which actually probably cuts off like here. And they will go to the other side of the map as they keep going, and they reach Hawaii, and they reach Hawaii, and they will land on Hawaii, and they will overtake the entire thing, as they will, if I can get color, they will fully annex Hawaii, and this is frightening for countries. And, well, actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, Hawaii wasn't in the military alliance of North America, and so it is just completely wiped out, and it's been here for quite a while. So it's kind of sad to see it just completely go. But China is extremely mad at Persindia. They're just mad, and they will actually start to gather their troops, and they will put it on the border of Vietnam and Persindia. They'll put troops through Tibet and the Green Country, and the Green Country will send their military to this area without talking to China about it, and they will launch a military invasion of this gold country. And this is not what China wants, because this is going to heighten tensions very high. And in response to this, the Lime Persindian country will cut the Green team off from the Persian Gulf, and Green troops will continue to push back and well, not push back the Persindians, but push back the gold country until they are all the way gone. And this is the highest amount of tensions that have been going on. Troops are given the order to just stand by, as it's seeming like a whole Asian war is about to break out, and Vietnam has gathered their military. They have sent navy, or with Persindia, they have sent their navy over to the Philippines and Taiwan. Well, not to them, close to them. And the navies are set, the armies are set, everything is in place, and fear of a big Asian war is spreading very fast, as even troops in Tibet have a little skirmish in this area between Persindian and Chinese forces. The skirmish won't cause anything, but there will be retaliation on both sides, as tensions just get extremely heightened, and they're just waiting for the countdown for the war to break out, but nothing will ever come of it, as both sides will quickly do everything they can to stop the war, or stop a war from breaking out, and they will be successful. And this is kind of like in real life, the Cold War, what happened there with the whole Cuban Missile Crisis, and we now will see leaders from all of these countries in all these alliances, well, specifically this Triangle Alliance, and the, the Trapezoid and the Triangle Alliance. All the leaders from all those countries within either alliance will meet over in the capital city of this. Well, actually not the capital city. They're gonna meet. They're gonna meet over here in Japan. Actually, maybe that's not a good idea. They will meet in this city right here, in this light blue country, and they will discuss what is going to happen with the gold country, and we can find out what will happen. And this is what will happen to the gold country, as Persindia will get the south, and the green country will get the north. and capital will be wiped out. And yeah, I also did make this color right here at the border of the Mesopotamian occupation a slightly different color, so you can just see that there is some there's different colors so that, you know, if a country invades, not saying it would happen, but if a country were to invade Persindia, you know, they could do this as separate, or, you know, I don't know why I did it, but yeah, Persindia now looks kind of weird. They stretch over here. I don't know if I really like that, but oh well. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.